We move on and talk about from one wide receiver in Bond to another receiver in Brian Thomas Jr. Dan Graziano, who is a reporter for ESPN covering the NFL, said that several teams are monitoring the trade market for BTJ. Now, if we look at the Jaguars right now, he was not drafted by the current GM. He was not brought aboard by the current head coach. And if you look at what he did from his rookie year to this year, obviously the stats, and quite frankly, did not pass the eye test either. Everything really fell down for him. He did have that sophomore slump. Graziano said this. I'll read the full quote. There has been no indication that trading Thomas is something the Jaguars are planning, but there are teams monitoring the situation in case the hyper-talented LSU product has fallen far enough down the Jacksonville depth chart that the front office would consider a move. Now, in this report on ESPN, Ben Solak, who also covers the NFL for ESPN, also did some reporting. He listed out Buffalo, Pittsburgh, New England, and Las Vegas as potential landing spots for Thomas if he is moved. 2 years ago, Tip, nearly 1,300 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns. He looked awesome. And that, by the way, was with Mac Jones throwing to him a lot, too, not even Trevor Lawrence. And I think if we read between the lines and see what Trevor Lawrence has said about guys like Jacoby Myers and how he's talked about Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington compared to how he's talked about Brian Thomas Jr., it's stark in the difference between them. So I think moving on from BTJ is probably the best idea for the Jacksonville offense. Certainly, it would help out Washington and Myers' fantasy value. And quite frankly, it would increase Thomas's fantasy value